Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mungavai here on behalf of MMOBomb.com, and welcome to yet another First Impressions. Today we're taking a look at Unturned, which is a survival game made by one individual, specifically a teenager, a 16-year-old teen named Nelson Sexton out of Canada. Nelson's been working on this for quite a while, I understand it, and recently released it into Steam Early Access for everybody to try out. So the best way to describe the game initially would be to say it's kind of like, 7 Days to Die or Rust or all the other sort of survival open world sandbox games like DayZ, but with a little bit of a Minecraft aesthetic. Now, it's not necessarily like Minecraft where you have blocks and you stack blocks on top of each other, but it does have that style of aesthetic, that simplistic style. Although the actual survival mechanics and the crafting mechanics in the game are fairly in-depth. So you've got a pretty deep survival experience, just with a little bit more of a basic art style. And considering the person making this is a 16-year-old kid out of Canada, it makes sense that the resources there at this time are not as robust as some of those other studios making their survival games. That being said, as this goes through early access, there is going to be improvements to how everything looks. There's already been some graphical improvements. So I would all take that with a grain of salt and just realize the game is, of course, in early access. So to start with here, we're going to show off a little bit of the character customization. You don't really have a character creator. You have one character that you use on all servers and on private in terms of like your own single player experience. And you can have them separate in terms of what gear you get, but the way the character looks is dependent on how you set it up here. So you get some hairstyle options and some hair color options. Again, these are very basic options. You don't really get much outside of this. If you opt for a gold purchase, which is a one-time purchase of about $5, I believe, you do get a couple more options in terms of the aesthetic styles of your hair and the color. You also can get different things like different facial looks and skin colors as well if you get the gold. So these are all changes that you can make individually to your character at any time from the main menu, and you get a couple more of those options, of course, if you pay for gold. Outside of these cosmetic options, the only other options that gold provides is options specific to gold servers. So there's a gold server option where you can have like double experience, increase loot gains, and some other things, and those options themselves are limited to only gold servers. So you're only going to have sort of those pay to win aspects if you're playing with other players who are playing that same gold style of a server. So no worries there with the pay to play. None of those elements transfer over to the free to play experience, and there's nothing else to buy in game currently that is part of the experience as a free to play player, which is nice. And I believe the developer, Nelson, stated that he wants to keep it that way, and it'll only be that you'll only have the ability to purchase like that gold thing and play that on the gold servers. Otherwise, as a free to play player, it's completely free. Enjoy the game like anybody else. You can even host your own servers, which is quite nice. Now the group area here is just a quick way for you to sort of join up with friends or a particular group when playing the game. It makes it easier to find people on the map essentially because it is fairly expansive, although not quite as large as some of the other survival games like DayZ, for example. And it just allows you to see them on the map from a farther distance away. It makes it good for when you're playing with friends. That being said, you don't see enemies on the map, or you don't see other players on the map if they aren't part of your group, which means that they can sneak up on you and shoot you from afar. Now, there's also some RPG elements incorporated in the game through some experience and through these skill points, and we'll talk about all that once we get in the game here. I've created my apparently mean-looking white-haired dude. He's survived the apocalypse. He's got a larger left arm than a right arm. We always know what that means here. He's a left-handed individual. But we'll go ahead and jump in the game, and I'll be able to explain more mechanics to you. You do get the option of choosing a single-player server, like I mentioned before, and you can play alone and have your own separate environment where you don't face off any other players. It's just by yourself. And you can choose different map settings as well as different sort of hardcore, normal, or Bambi settings in terms of the difficulty. I believe Bambi, you don't have to worry about having any sort of starting famine or thirst or anything like that. Sickness is another thing that you have in the game you get from like eating moldy bread or getting hit by zombies. All of that starts off as 0, and then as you work your way up, everything gets harder. Things start doing more damage, etc. Things are harder to find. Most servers I find opt for either normal or Bambi, and most go for a PvP setting, although there are also servers that are PvE, which means that you can just cooperate with other players and focus on killing the zombies and building stuff in game. And you can build stuff. You can be houses and barricades and traps for the zombies. A lot of different things to do. I already have a server ready to go. It's actually someone on my friends list set it up for us. Thank you very much for doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in the server, and then we'll sort of describe the game once we get inside. Alright, so I've now spawned into the game here. You notice you start by areas here. Just like in a lot of other games like DayZ, for example, you'll start by like a water line or somewhere away from a main town. Looks like there's a town over there. And you'll notice I don't have anything on me, and I'm naked. I am completely naked. Sometimes, depending on the server, you will start with like a flashlight and a piece of food and some water to drink or something like that. This looks like it's just a normal server, so we don't get any of those luxuries, and I'm already a little bit thirsty and a little bit hungry. Now, like other survival games, I can crouch by hitting X, or I can hit Z to go completely prone here and walk. I find that X is really useful for when you're getting close to encampments, because a lot of the zombies. Z is incredibly useful if you were trying to hide from other players. And then I can also hit shift to use up my sort of stamina bar in the bottom right hand corner, and that'll allow me to run for greater distances. Don't have any starting weapons to kill off any zombies, although you will find that you get quite good with your fists, which you can use on your left and right mouse buttons here. You can see it looks like I'm training for some kind of boxing match. Oh, hey, here's a zombie. So zombies take additional damage from the face. And if you're starting out, the best tip I can give you is to hit the zombie in the face and then slightly back up each time you do that. They do hit for quite a lot, for about 10% each time they swing at you. And really the ones that walk aren't really the problem. There's the crawlers, the ones that you can't see through the grass as easily. Those are the problems. They tend to be a lot harder to hit. Ooh, getting hit a couple times. Ooh, 30% already. There we go. Sometimes they'll also drop stuff as well. Now you may have noticed that I've gotten some experience for doing that. If we go to skills here, I have 14 experience, and I can put these things into different sort of stat point areas, and you'll see the cost on the right. These all sort of improve my abilities. So survival, for example, slows my starvation and dehydration. Endurance allows me to run faster and have greater stamina. Immunity means that I take less disease and I have more health overall. And then you have things for crafting and the different types of combat as well. And Sneaky Beaky is pretty nice too. It means that you can sneak around without the worrying of aggroing any nearby zombies. So I'm just going to go for survival right now. Slow my starvation and dehydration. Really don't want those to go up too high right now, because first things first is we need to find a good source of defending ourselves, something like a blunt weapon, and we also need to find ourselves some food. So combat in this stage is fairly basic. In reality, you're not, in this game, you're not really going to be worried so much, currently at least, with the zombies. You can take on a pack of 2 or 3 zombies with pretty ease, even with your fists, if you have the patience. You just kind of keep backing up and doing the hits, and occasionally you'll take damage. But as long as you're not really high on the sickness or anything like that, you should be okay. And, especially if you're just starting, obviously you don't want to take too much. So there's some civilian bullets there, and it looks like pick up a beret, which is nice. There's also a police baton, which is also nice for a non-weapon here. And I can hit T, and you'll actually be able to see everything that's currently in the weapon. So if I had a different barrel, like a silencer or a sight that I found, I could also opt to put those in, as well as different magazines as well. Excuse me. Now I also have a police baton. It looks like it swings out to the side. So that's quite useful if I just want to melee down somebody and not attract anything with my weapon. My beret will attract nearby zombies if I just fire it willy-nilly. Now there are cars, as you'll notice. Fortunately, when you use cars, it attracts all the nearby zombies because it's quite loud. But we can, just mow through them, no problem. There we go. How many did I mow through? Quite a lot. Looks like there's some more ground zombies here. I'm just gonna back up over these guys. I actually lagged out there for a second as I did that. Alright, come over here, Mr. Chef. Get that guy. I don't think you get any experience for doing that. I do believe you have to kill them manually. And there's a couple crawlers behind us too. Normally, you don't really... Let's go ahead and find my baton here. Get back! Back, you heathens! Normally, you don't find many cars with gas. You can find gas tanks and fill up the cars, and you can also find things like blow torches to help fix the cars, because sometimes they will take damage from the zombies hitting on them. But that has about 6% fuel, so I wouldn't be able to get very far. But I think I've taken out most zombies in this area, and I found some painkillers. And I don't really need the scrap metal right now. That's used for crafting later. I can use the painkillers, though, to gain back some HP. I'll take that. And it doesn't reduce my sickness or anything, but it does, of course, allow me to heal myself up. I think I have another painkiller. I'll just go ahead and pop this one, too. Just going to pop all the painkillers. Looks like there's some antibiotics, which would be nice. I'll drop that and opt for some antibiotics here, which would bring down my sickness, I believe. There we go. All right. Pick up the cloth once more. Coming in here, there is a saw, which is very useful for crafting things like wood planks and, ooh, a magazine. I don't know if I can use that magazine with this gun, though. I think it only goes with cold molded carrot. I can eat that to reduce my famine. However, oh, hey, another friend. I can go, let me go up here and be like, I can wave. Hey, Crispy, how's it going? This is the friend who allowed me to join. Hello. He's got a sledgehammer, which actually kills most zombies in one hit. And there's a couple other emotes you can also do, like surrender if you don't want to take any damage or anything like that. Outside of that, there's using the left alt allows you to speak, or there's actually voice chat essentially. But I can't actually get that to work, so I wouldn't know how to do that so far. All right, here we've got a pocket knife. I don't really know if that's better than a baton. Ooh, there is a magnum. I'll go ahead and drop that for the magnum here. And does the magnum have shots? It has 2 shots. Oh, watch out. Kill him. Kill him. Boom. 1 hit. Takes him out. Now, he's got a pack on his back there. If you notice, he's also got a poncho and he's wearing some clothes. He's not naked like me. The clothes are actually useful in that you can either rip them up to turn them into rags or cloth used in other crafting things like bandages, or they keep you, or they're supposedly supposed to keep you protected at night from things like freezing and such. Looks like there's a can there. Not really finding anything else so useful yet. I really don't have, oh, I think I'm going to drop the baton for the bat. I think the bat's a better option. I really need a pack, a backpack. Otherwise, I just only can carry 4 items, and you're really, really sort of restricted in that. You have to find a backpack so that you can start really opening up your possibilities and finding more. Ooh, a chocolate bar. Let's go ahead and drop the magnum real quick and get myself some chocolate, bring down my famine just a bit. There we go. Somebody is fixing a car, it looks like. Or maybe he's just blowing the car up. I think he's blowing it up so it actually respawns. And I can tell him, Crispy, I need a pack. Can we find one? Take me in your car. Take me in your car. So normally, if you're playing without other friends, it would be ill-advised to just bonjour clip. Interesting. You can have my small knapsack. Oh, thank you. Where is it? Looks like he's getting something out. He's drinking. Oh, look, he gave me a knapsack. All right, so I can drop my magnum here. Pick up the knapsack. Looks like he had another one already. And he's gonna give me a butcher knife. Ooh. So I got a bat and a butcher knife. Allows me to butcher meat off of animals. And I've got my weapon as well. And he has his flashlight there. Some servers allow you to start with flashlights. So we got some moldy orange juice in here. Some wooden shields. Now the wooden shield is nice because with the handsaw we found earlier, I can come over here, I believe, and craft those into boards and then use those boards for something else. Although I don't know what yet. Alright. So there's the handsaw. So if we go to crafting here, I can drop this wooden shield into here and then I can use the handsaw. And no, it won't actually turn that into anything. I guess maybe I need more. But the wooden shield is fairly useful because I'm able to just simply put that down as like a barricade, if you will. You'll notice here, boop, barricade. So if you had a house, if you had built a house with the wooden platforms and such, okay, 1 second. You would be able to put up barricades and doors and build a, a full, basically a full structure like this, just out in the wild. That being said, in its current development here, I haven't seen anybody really with houses. Maybe on some of the more PvE servers where players don't mess with other players, but generally speaking, most of the time I find that, what do we got in here? The botanist. There is some carrot seeds. There is some, I'm gonna grab some of these. You can plant these on the farm, spread out through this area, and then harvest the vegetables that come from that. Vegetable spawn, they actually vary in spawn time, depending on which vegetable. Let's see in here. Anything else? Pants! Yes! Give me some clothes to wear. Alright, so let's wear some army fatigues here. And I like the whole animation of putting on the pants. And it looks like we have a pink shirt too. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. So I'll go ahead and put that on. I can get boring pants or an orange hoodie. I kind of like the orange hoodie better than the pink shirt. I can choose to take that instead. Take it and drop it in here and turn it into cloth. So now I've got cloth there. And I'm going to drop... Oh, I kind of need that now. I like having the tools. I'm going to drop the bullets there and opt for an orange hoodie instead. Alright, so now I've got an orange hoodie on my character. I'm much more garbed and ready. Go ahead and jump in, my friend. This car can actually hold up to 6 players. Take us away to a base. So there's about 8% fuel left in this car. We'll have to find... Oh, I need water. I need liquid. There's about 6% left of the fuel in here, so we can't go too far. Someone else is saying they're dying on the server here. And as you can see, you know, the game does have a pretty good amount of things for you to do, even in its early stage right here. And certainly, as a friendly server like this, you know, with these people who I'm obviously working with, it's a little bit easier to explain things to you and not have to worry about so much as the dying elements because of the fact that players aren't attacking me. But what I found on public servers is that most of the time, most people attack you. I think out of every 5 people I encounter, 1 person doesn't attack me and they can work up. But that's all, you know, finding the bandits, finding the players who can't help. Oh man. Gotta get out of the car. Oh god. Pull them back, man. You got too many of them. And you can use a right-click swing. Oh, man. You can use a right-click swing to do more damage. Like that. But it does use your stamina. So you can't only do it so many times. Oh, I think Crispy actually got mauled to death. Don't worry, I'll avenge you. There's 1. Man. This crawler is like... Get back! Back, I say. Back. So Crispy died. I can pick up his items. If I survive. I think I'm hitting like all of them in the group. This is one thing that could work on, is the fact that they sort of group up. It makes it easy if you have a gun. Because you can merely just like maul through them. But with a melee weapon, it can get pretty difficult. That being said, not too hard. Just gotta keep backing up rather. Oh, and Crispy's dead, and he's... I'm sorry, Crispy. Looks like I'm going to have to pick up your items here. A poncho. Let's go ahead and equip that. Bam. But on Poncho, he's got himself a lever action, some batteries here. Now, the sledgehammer is the best melee weapon, it seems. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up for you. And then I'll pick up your rifle as well. So I can use these cloth if I find enough of them and some duct tape to create a sleeping bag. And a sleeping bag sort of sets my spawn point, if you will. There's also things that you can create, like the traps I mentioned before, the bandages, some more carrot seeds here. So I'll go ahead and plant all these seeds out here. I gotta take the carrot seeds and I'll put them where the butcher knife is. And it'll show me where I can place it out here. I think I have to place it in the fields over here, yeah. So there is also fertilizer you can build, which will make them grow faster. But generally speaking, they'll grow over the course of about 8 minutes or so. Alrighty here. So that was a little bit of a hectic moment there. Some more carrot seeds, some Swift magazines. And I don't know if that actually works for it. No, it doesn't look like Swift magazines work. I think those only work for Colts, which I haven't found yet. Oh, an axe. Now, an axe is something I do need. I'm going to go ahead and drop the bullets here, because an axe is necessary for cutting down trees and making planks. Basically, you need an axe and a pickaxe to mine rocks and cut down trees. And that way you can create things like fireplaces. Sometimes there's hacks in there. Oh. Oh, no. Come here. Oh, I missed you. Come on. There we go. I must have gotten a lot of experience for killing all of those. What can I build? 50 experience. Holy crap. Alright, so we can do some outdoor things. Stronger mining and chopping, since I'm about to do that. Why not? I also probably need to stave off that dehydration, which I still have yet to find any water. Actually, now that I think about it, water is the thing I need the most. What is this here? Carjack. I'm not sure what that is used for quite yet. Now I can, if I was able to find a moldy water, I would be able to drink that at the cost of some sickness. But it looks like I'll just have to go to the nearest town here, having lost Crispy. Crispy! I need water. Oh, sad face. Alright. Let's see what we can come up with over here. I don't want to get hit by this guy. Alone, they're not too bad. What? How is this thing taking so much damage? I don't understand how a crawler, something that should have already, like, he's missing half his spine, you know. Should just be a couple hits. Now, animals will naturally run away from you. But, you know, when you have a gun, you can just shoot them. Oh, safety's on. You gotta take the safety off. Can I get him? I think I just totally wasted bullets for no reason. And he's gonna get away, too. Darn. I probably also aggroed any sort of surrounding zombies in my area, which was not a good idea. But we're in desperation here. I need to find some food and water, and quick. I did survive, Crispy, and I spelled your name wrong previously. I'm sorry. Alright, get that guy. So I'm down to 30% here. No real bandages or anything. Got plenty of ammunition and weapons. But definitely need to drink something and eat something quick. Well, we got some more bullets on here. So if anything, what I found in the game so far is that ammunition and weapons, fairly abundant. Food and water, not so much. That being said, if I was able to make it to the airport, there is an ambulance there, which often spawns with medical supplies. So that would be able to heal myself up. Ah, there's a pickaxe. I kind of feel like, oh, I'm getting all these awesome things that I need, but unfortunately, I'm going to die soon from dehydration. So I don't really have an option. And a machete there, which is quite nice. Alrighty here. A cup. Some nails. So overall, I think the game has a pretty good amount of potential. I think for a free-to-play game, this is an excellent entry into... Welcome to the Lyrics Waffle Farm. They make waffles there? Okay. I think this is a pretty good entry into the survival genre. It's specifically not MMO. It actually says that in the early access. They made sure that people know that this game is more based around sort of teaming up with friends and trying to survive as long as you can. And I think that's why the items are so proliferant in areas, because it wants you to sort of get your items back as quickly, at least starting items. That, oh my god, a town. Let's see here. Let's see if I can actually find some water. I got 88%, guys. If I reach 100, I'll start dying of dehydration. So I gotta find me something to drink soon. And I need bandages. Now I would creep. I can do that to not try to aggro all the surrounding ones, and it'll just be those in close proximity. And there's also a car there, but really I don't have very long. I think maybe doing things like sprinting or using your endurance in certain ways will use more dehydration and food. Oh, come on. Sometimes they'll drop their hats too. You'll find hats to get. I'll come in here. But I definitely say creeping is necessary on PvP servers where you're worried about someone shooting you, because they can hear you from quite a far away. And they can also hear cars from pretty much halfway across the map. I don't know if that's intentional yet, but it is something I've noticed. So there's buckshots there for the lever action I'm using, but there's a store. Hopefully there's some water or something in there. Got a couple zombies coming out. Oh, he took one. Alright. Take a couple in the face. Not gonna aggro that zombie. What do we got in here? A handsaw, a stick, some bolts, and this isn't what I need. I need some food. Scrap metal. Anything back here? Some more bolts. Where is this sort of mythical food and water? I think I find food more than I ever find water. Go ahead and put the safety back on. That way I don't accidentally shoot anybody. I like that mechanic. This adds a little bit of realism, if you will. Alright, I need to stand up here for this. There's a firehouse over there. Some duct tape. Oh my god. I hear one. Oh man. What do we got? What do we got? Moldy bottled water. Oh my god, I need to kill these guys first. Alright, there's that one. Oh, I need the water. Drop it. They will path in here eventually. They aren't like Daisy's ones that will path through the walls. I do think they're a little stuck though. Alright, so I brought my water down, but I unfortunately had to bring my sickness up quite high. And I also need to eat, so I'm going to have to eat some moldy potatoes too. So you notice my sickness goes quite up, but I did bring it down a little bit. I survived for a little bit longer. Really need to bring down the sickness though. Get down with the sickness. Alright, let's stick this guy. There's one. Oh man. Oh man. One more. I do feel the sledgehammer is a little bit overpowered, especially when most weapons take 2 hits to kill. Some petroleum tanks here. There's a gas can. I can use gas can to fill it up and maybe make my way to the airport, which there's more stuff. Oh, there's another gas can here. Down to 20% HP, no space. It's an empty gas can now. Pick up another one. Equip it. So, I mean, you're initially just going to be trying to survive. You know, I'm not even focused right now on crafting so much because I haven't really established myself as being able to survive. And I think this is one thing why on PvP servers you don't see people erecting so much stuff. You see bandits, people who like get a bunch of gear and, you know, shoot everybody else and such, you know, but they don't really build their own their own fortifications because any player can destroy them. And if you're offline, I think they still persist. I got a car, but I need food, water, and HP. Car is filled. So I've got like, I think maybe 30 or 40% gas in that car. Oh man, 10% HP. Where? Oh my god, pills. Pills, pills, pills. Get the pills. Equip the pills. Nice. What's this? What is this clipping through? Is that food? Huh? Is it over here? Oh, it's just cloth. Cloth is very useful though. You do need cloth. Need more pain pills though. Oh man, hey. Oh hey. I'm so glad I have this sledgehammer. Because let me tell you, I have died so many times to zombies just backing me up into a corner. Sometimes they don't even make noise and they just sort of spring on top of you. Alright, so we've regained some health. I think I'm ready to move on. Just checking for anything else in this area. I think the next map that is scheduled to be added is something like, Nelson said it's something like 4 to 16 times or 12 times larger. Many times larger, I know that fact. Oh god. There's also a fire axe there I could use. One more. Oh man, there's so many. We gotta get out of here, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna run over here. Really just wasting too much time in this area. And let's see what we can find here. Got 65% gas, so we're good. Try to make my way through the town here. It's getting dark. There is night vision goggles, as well as, of course, the chem knights that you can get. Vote Big J. Everybody knows Vote Big J. Let's see over here. I hear Spunk. They hear me. I'm just driving around. There is a map that you can pick up, although I don't actually know. It's pretty rare, I heard. The map in of itself, this is a main island that does sort of a loop with a couple of smaller islands in between and around. There's a deer. I don't think I can actually maybe catch up. I wonder if I can run it over. Oh, I think I killed it. But can I pick it up? They hear me. You can hear the car from pretty far away. Where's the deer? Oh, there it is. Gotta take care of these guys first. There we go. What do we get from the deer? Some raw venison, some animal pelts. Man, we got lots of good stuff from here. I'm gonna drop these tomato seed. Can I eat this, or do I have to cook it? Warm, fresh meat? What? 100% sickness? Oh man, now I'm like bleeding. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. I shouldn't have eaten that. I'm going to bleed to death. Oh, let's get back in the car, guys. Oh man, let's get in the car. Quick! I'm at 100%. God, I'm sick. Hey, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. Dying. No. Oh, help me. You got something? Yeah, anybody? Anybody have anything? Oh no, I died to my illness. Oh, curses, just when I met up with everybody. Well, at least they have all their stuff there. No, I've died. Alright, so as you can see, once you die, you just respawn in an area. I think it's a little random unless you put down a tent of sorts. I think maybe when the tent... I actually don't know if that's where you respawn when you make a tent. Or sorry, not a tent, a sleeping bag. Or if that's merely... Oh, hey! Hey, I'm here! I'm here! Looks like I respawned fairly close to everybody, luckily. They're scavenging over my body all immediately. Unfortunately, though, when you die, you do lose all your skill upgrades, so I have some experience that looks like saved up. I don't really know if that's because it's Bambi mode, or if that is because it just always saves it up. But you normally lose all the perks, which you saw. So it looks like everybody's looting my dead corpse. Thanks, guys. Never gonna eat raw venison again. Pick up my pitchfork and some animal pelts again. My pants. Let's go ahead and make myself dignified. They're like giving me all my equipment back. And that's sort of just the fun thing about it, you know, just like everybody working together to sort of just survive. And that's sort of what the developer is aimed for. Pick up my axe again here. He's just aimed to make it like a survival experience. Everybody working together. No, it's okay. No worries. As you can see here, everybody is... Yeah, let me just make myself decent there, guys. Just put some pants back on. There we go. Ah, nice, nice, nice. All right, so why don't we all jump in the car here? We'll ride off into the sunset, and we'll be on the lookout for some more stuff. Come on in, guys. Jump in. You too. All right, everybody in? All right, let's go. Let's see. I think they may have cleared this area already. We got a car here with 53%, so we're doing well. Let's see if we can find stuff around. When it goes to dark, all these zombies respawn. And I think that's also sometimes when the gear respawns as well. But we're just gonna keep riding off here, looking for stuff to do, stuff to set up our base of operations of sorts, essentially. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this first. Like, obviously I can't show off everything. There's a lot involved with crafting, and certainly if you're interested in crafting and doing the whole survival, setting up a base of operations and what have you. Oh, here's the airport. This is where we were trying to go initially. Then most certainly you're gonna have to be spending some time. There's some crashed cars out here. I think you can repair some of these cars, but they look like they are quite on fire. Somebody's gear is out here. Somebody died. It's gonna kill these guys here. So we'll get out of the car and see if we can do some dome shots. Gotta do the double taps, you know. And got that guy here. There we go. Everybody's cleared out. We can now enter into the airport and see what we can find. There's things I forgot to mention, like ooh, a cap. I want the helmet there. Military bullets. A magic cloak. What does a magic cloak say? Investigate your head for scars. I'm magic, guys. It's a magic cloak. Equip myself a helmet too. So you can see my character. I look badass now. I got some arrows for the bow and arrow. It's for silent kills. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of depth to all of the different sort of things that you can discover and you can craft, and the ways you can play the game through stealth or through marksman or melee. You just get a lot of options here. And because of the fact that, ooh, sandbags. I can use these sandbags here to, you can place these down like this and block off the zombies. So you can basically make areas for the zombies to travel through with traps and what have you, making it difficult for them to reach your area. And I think that's ultimately what the goal is. I think right now it's just a little bit hard to make your own areas, especially on PvP servers, because the map's somewhat small comparatively. But I'd imagine once you have more forest area, more areas for people to roam around, there would be a much easier chance to... I'll go use my pickaxe to kill these guys. Yeah. 3 shots with a pickaxe. Oh, look. I think there's usually stuff in here. Oh, he attracted all the other zombies. Yeah, it's definitely something fun, I think, to do with friends, and I can only imagine it getting a little better over time, you know. H1Z1 isn't out yet. Oh, PvP is... Oh, no, I'm bleeding! No, I'm gonna die again! I'm bleeding! I'm bleeding! I'm bleeding! Medic! I'm bleeding! Oh, I bled to death. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to go ahead and be the end of the first look. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, though, go ahead and check out the full profile on mmobomb.com, the link below. And until then, we'll see you later. Spunkify out. Later, guys.